The weather has to be their liking, and an important game for the Bills, I would think, Dan.
Well, the most important thing, aside from the weather, is the fact that the Bills have a chance to clinch their title tonight. And if they do that, then there'll be 2 in a row for them. The big thing about the weather, it's going to be windy, it's going to be snowing, it's going to be real cold down there, but this is Buffalo Bill weather, and that's all that's important. They have the #1 guys in passing, running, and receiving in the AFC. A lot of weapons on offense.
Now the Saints are at the other end, really. They're hanging by a slim thread, perhaps out of the playoff contention after today. They had a closed-door meeting after their shocking loss to Detroit last week. And now big move to this week, and John Fourcade gets the call at quarterback in place of Bobby Hebert. Do you agree with that move?
Well, I really do, and it's because the Saints have got to do something to salvage their season. Bobby Hebert is a quarterback that appears to have his confidence completely shot. So Jim Mora says his team is able to fight back from adversity. He's going to go with a new leader today, John Fourcade, who will get out of that pocket, run around a lot out there. He's going to be chased down by Bruce Smith quite a bit, but he still has an outstanding running back to give the ball to, Dalton Hilliard.
Moments ago, they had the sweepers out to clear the field of the snow. We have a tremendous wind-swept snow afternoon. Temperature is 27 degrees. The wind chill is 10 degrees, and the wind is gusting 25 miles per hour going from left to right as you see the game. So those are the conditions we have as we start this game, as the Buffalo Bills, 6-1 this year at home,
University games will hold their opening
go against the New Orleans Saints, who have had an up-and-down year.
93.
And these are brave fans, and even though, Dan, this is their first non-sellout in 17 games, 70,000 is plus here, is pretty good here in Western New York, and they'll brave the elements as they do all the time.
Well, and you see the John Deere Zamboni machine out there trying to get this snow off the field. That's an uphill battle for the guy running that machine all day long. Also, along the side of the field, a lot of snow has accumulated for about the last 2 weeks, and that snow there is so hard, they had difficulty removing it. They decided to just leave it there. And if a player runs into that, he's going to feel it, like running into a ton of bricks.
They expect a defensive battle today. Both teams are pretty good defensively, and especially with the weather conditions. It'll be tough for kickers, passers, and everyone perhaps except for people like Thurman Thomas and Dalton Hilliard.
And another thing it might affect are the guys that are snapping the ball on both teams in the shotgun formation. Look for the Saints not to go to the shotgun with Fourcade because of the fact that the wind is gusting up to 20 miles an hour.
Bills win the toss, and Martin Anderson will be kicking off, getting his left cleat in order. Ronnie Harmon and Don Beebe are back there.
Interesting decision on Buffalo's part to take the ball after winning the toss. With this wind, they might have been better off kicking off.
We'll know soon. Don Beebe will let the ball bounce, go over his head, and will down it in the end zone for a touchback.
Well, that was real good patience on Beattie's part, waiting for the ball to cross that goal line before he went down and downed it.
Jim Kelly, who's coming off an off game in the loss to Seattle on Monday night, still with 21 touchdown pass, only 11 interceptions. The offensive front, Will Wolford, Jim Richard, Ken Hull, Joe Devlin, and Howard Ballard. Pete Metzelars is a tight end. Thurman Thomas and Larry Kinnebrew, the running back. Andre Reed and James Lofton, the wide receivers. First and 10 on the 20. After considerable shifting, Thurman Thomas. Buffalo going against the best rushing defense in the NFL, but they'll have to keep it on the ground anyway at times. This is the New Orleans Saints defensive group. Frank Warren, Jim Wilkes, and James Gethers, the front three. Outstanding linebackers, maybe the best in the league. Ricky Jackson, Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson, and their pass rusher specialist, Pat Swilling. Robert Massey and Toy Cook are the cornerbacks. Gene Atkins and Dave Lamer the corners, and we'll see a lot of Brett Maxey and Milton Mack. Second down and 10. Kelly up the middle, and the pass is picked off. It was a fumble, and it was picked off by Pat Swilling.
Intercepted.
In and out of the hands of Keith McKellar, the tight end, and the Saints catch a big break early.
Pass over the middle to Metzlars.
Buffalo 12.
McKellar, rather, number 84, and this is just pure bad luck. Kelly puts the ball perfectly on his shoulder. The ball bounces right in the hands of Swilling, and the Saints get the first break of the day, and a big one for a team that needs it.
They sure do. 6 and 7 trying to get to 500, and the first interception of the year for Pat Swilling. John Forcade will start this on the 12-yard line of the Bills. Dalton Hilliard pushes forward and gets inside the 10-yard line.
Bentley made a stop.
Ray Bentley and Darrell Talley make the tackle for the Buffalo Bills.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
Kevin Haverdink and Stan Brock are the tackles. Jim Dombrowski and Steve Turpillo the guards. Joel Hilgenberg the man in the middle. Hobie Brenner the tight end. In the backfield, Hilliard, Buford Jordan the fullback. Eric Martin and Lonzel Hill are the wide receivers. Brett Perriman has replaced Hill right now on 2nd down and 5 on the 7th. Hilliard again. And he dives inside the 5-yard line.
Art Still made the
That'll
stop.
bring up 3rd down. Art Still makes the tackle. Veteran teams with Bruce Smith, great pass rusher. Fred Smerlas, the veteran nose tackle for the Bills. The linebackers, Scott Radisick playing for Cornelius Bennett, Shane Conlon, Ray Bentley, and Darrell Talley. And in the secondary, Kirby Jackson and Nate Odoms are the cornerbacks. Leonard Smith and Mark Kelso are the safeties. On 3rd and 2, the ball at the 3, double tight end with John Tice in the game for the Saints. Pitch to Hilliard. Forcade will flip it to a wide-open Hobie Brenner or John Tice, and a touchdown for the Saints. But there's a penalty marker down.
For the New Orleans touchdown. There's a flag.
And it apparently is against New Orleans, and that'll nullify the score. Referee today is Dick Jorgensen. And we'll have a push-off. Pass interference against the offense.
Some type of illegal pick down here. Very common to have this called on the goal line. One way to get a tight end as free in the end zone as Tice was that time is to pick him with your outside receiver.
Interference, number 84, up there, 10 yards.
Very costly penalty on Eric Martin, the wide receiver. A 10-yard penalty will bring up 3rd down and 12 with the ball on the 13-yard line.
That would have been a Cinderella start for John Forcade, his first pass going for a touchdown.
Bills have allowed only 3 scores following the last 10 turnovers, so their defense has been awfully tough indeed.
Very good nickel situations as they are right now.
3 tight ends, including Greg Scales, Tice, and Brenner for the Saints. Forcade, with tough footing, fires up the middle to Tice. Touchdown, New Orleans. And they made it count that time, and there are no flags down.
Oh, there's a happy quarterback. John Forcade did an excellent job of waiting for Tice to get open, and then Tice made the tough catch in traffic on the goal line. A little play-action pass here. This is what the Saints want to do. They want to move John Forcade around a little bit where he feels comfortable. Watch the great protection, and then the nice catch by Tice as he gets leveled just inside the goal line.
You think this guy was happy in his first start since '87?
Well, he's thrown 2 passes today. Both of them ended up in the end zone. Not bad.
Morton Anderson, who has missed just 1 conversion, holding his Forcade, and he bobbles the snap. Not much Anderson can do, and they'll have to settle for 6 points.
You know what he should have done is he should have drop-kicked it right there. Instead of trying to run with it or pass it, just drop-kick it through the uprights. It would have counted.
No extra point. New Orleans.
I'm sure they practiced that on Friday down in New Orleans.
I bet they do next week.
Forcade, with his first start since the replacement games in '87, throws the touchdown pass 11 yards to Tice, and it's 6-0 Saints. Fine start for the new quarterback of New Orleans. A brief scoring drive, just 11 yards. And it was all set up on the fumble by recovery by Pat Swilling.
The interception, the ball deflected off the shoulder pad of McKellar right into Swilling's hands, and he took it down to the 11. The one thing we're going to see today is the team that has the wind at their back will be able to pass for two reasons. Obviously, the wind is at their back, but the pass rush is going to be almost negligent because of the poor footing for the defensive linemen in this dusting of snow.
The ball is blown off the tee again by the wind. And, of course, the Bills went on offense first with the wind in their face.
Yeah, I think that may come back to haunt them because, or at least they may feel, Marv Levy must feel that, hey, listen, we have this wind almost every Sunday here in western New York. It's not going to be a factor, but we've seen it already is.
Milt Mack has to hold for Anderson as he kicks off. Ronnie Harmon and Don Beebe back there, and it's Beebe with great speed, runs it out and gets it out to the 30-yard line and beyond, where Craig Hayward makes the tackle. So Kelly, who threw his 12th interception of the season, will bring out the Bills again on the 31-yard line. Tough game for Jim Kelly last week. And as you heard on the NFL Today, had some comments about what he thought was a predictable offense run by the Bills. Of course, they got to where they are with the offense they had. Considerable shifting going on by the Bills. First down, Thurman Thomas gets a couple. Wayne Martin, the rookie, makes the stop. Thomas leads the AFC in total yards, having a brilliant season for the Bills.
You know, and getting back to what Kelly said about being less predictable, he's really going to have a tough argument as far as when he goes to the coaches and say, let's open this up, because all they are is the #1 team in total offense in the AFC. Andre Reed's the #1 receiver, Thomas the #1 runner, and Kelly's the #1 passer, so he's got a tough argument there.
Well, Ted Marchibroda, their offensive coordinator, says when you catch the passes and you get the games and win the games, no one complains. Second down and 7. Thurman Thomas slips, loses his footing. So you can see that even in weather like this, it's not going to be easy just to run the ball. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8, a loss of a yard.
Well, and the thing that Thomas does very well, as does Dalton Hilliard, is they're very good at cutting back against the grain. Well, today there's not much grain out there, a whole bunch of snow. They're going to have difficulty all day long trying to cut back. They're going to just have to outrun people to the corners.
Marv Levy, who led the team to a 12-4 record a year ago, 8-5 right now. 3rd down and 8. 4 wide receivers in there out of the shotgun. And Frank Wright. And the pass is complete to Andre Reed. Jim Kelly completes the pass. Brett Maxey on the stop.
Kelly did a nice job of taking that free play. Swilling was way offside.
Offside, number 56, defense,
It'll be a 1st down.
This is Swilling, number 56. He and all his buddies are offside. Ricky Jackson on the other side. But here's the reception here now for Andre Reed. And he has the 1st down. Kelly, smart quarterback, going through with the play, knowing that he had a free down to work with.
Swilling already with an interception, his 1st of the year, leads the team in sacks. One of the leaders in the NFL. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Bills on their 43-yard line. Thurman Thomas with his best game. Gets close to midfield. Stopped at the 49-yard line of the Bills by Jim Wilkes and Dave Waymer. Saints using Wayne Martin, their rookie, who has not played all that much, highly touted pass rusher in the college ranks. There's Martin. It'll be 2nd down and 4, just short of midfield. Quick toss thrown over the head of James Lofton. Lofton also lost his footing, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Lofton from Stanford going against another Stanford grad, Toy Cook, out there, and that ball was well overthrown by Kelly. It appeared that it slipped out of his hand, but I believe that if there's any quarterback in the NFL that can handle this wind because he has a strong arm, it's this fellow right here, Jim Kelly.
I know you would have loved to have played in this weather in your career.
I like watching these on television.
Ronnie Harmon, the running back, on 3rd down and 4. And Kelly's pass is complete to Thurman Thomas out of the backfield, and that'll be a 1st down and a gain of 15 yards into Saints territory.
The pass protection should be pretty good all day long for the quarterbacks. Very difficult for these defensive linemen to get any traction to get going up the field. What happens here is that you've got these great big offensive linemen that can just take a couple of steps back. They weigh so much, they're so strong, that speed is no longer the factor. It's pure brute strength.
And a 1st down on the Saints 36. New Orleans leading 6-0. Here's Thurman Thomas off of left tackle. Brings the ball to the 34-yard line. Vaughn Johnson making the tackle.
And talking about pure brute strength and a lot of weight, here's Pat Swilling, number 56, fighting off the block of big Larry Kinnebrew, who's like a pulling guard in the backfield. Goes about 265 pounds. That's a mismatch for the Bills there.
Saints number 1 in the NFL against the rush. Against the Bills, the 2nd best rushing team in the league. Something's got to give. 2nd down and 7. Thurman Thomas breaks the tackle and is going to be shy by about 5 yards or so. Jim Wilkes, the nose man, makes the stop on Thomas.
Number 69 is Will Wolford working on Swilling this time, and Kinnebrew. Just enough of a seam for Thomas to get through, but nice pursuit by Wilkes as he comes down the line of scrimmage.
Saints taking advantage of a Bills turnover, an interception deflected from McKellar into the hands of Swilling, setting up the only score thus far. 3rd down and 4 at the 30 of New Orleans. Kelly with a fake, chased by Ricky Jackson, fumbled, and the Saints have recovered again. James Geathers makes the fumble recovery. And Ricky Jackson is celebrating Christmas early, and I think it was Jackson who caused the fumble with the tackle.
The little boy and Ricky Jackson, but how many times have we seen this year where a linebacker comes through, chases a quarterback or a running back down from behind, and then swipes the ball out of their hand with his right hand like a karate chop, and that ball's on the ground, and Geathers has it. The Saints got 2 turnovers.
Here's a team that plays in a dome, and they look like they can handle this weather better than Buffalo so far. Is that thing alive or not?
No, it's gold.
Saints following the fumble by Kelly and the recovery of a 1st down on their 33-yard line. Buford Jordan hit and gets maybe a yard, that's all, and the Bills trying to strip the ball away from Jordan. Bentley on the tackle for Buffalo.
Well, they say you should play this game for fun. This is Ricky Jackson on his 2nd forced fumble of the year, sliding into second with a pop-up slide, and that really does look like fun.
Better watch out for the hidden ball trick. 2 turnovers by Buffalo. Leon Seals comes in with a 4-man defensive line on 2nd and 9. Dalton Hilliard gets by 1 defender, but Leon Seals almost drove him to Syracuse. And it was Ray Bentley who was the first man to miss him, but Seals made sure, and a loss on the play.
You know, we talk a lot about the Saints linebackers. Well, this crew here, the Buffalo Bills, they can play some defense with some linebackers as well. Bentley is the first to miss, but he sets them up for Seals. And Seals does a nice job there of just throwing them to the ground and not taking them all the way back where he might have picked up a personal foul.
Well, they mark the forward progress back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 9 at the 34. Frank Hayward is in as the 1 running back out of the shotgun. Forquet's pass, and I believe it's caught by Brett Perriman, and a fine catch, and a gain of 15 yards. And where did Perriman play college ball? Well, the University of Miami, of course.
And I'm sure he didn't see a whole lot of these days down there, but Forquet's very impressive so far. This is his 3rd pass, and it may wobble a little bit, but it is on the mark. And Perriman did a nice job of adjusting to it, and the Saints don't appear to be bothered at all by these weather conditions.
6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Saints. They have the ball in the first down at midfield. Hilliard loses the ball, and Forcade. Now the Bills may have taken it away from Forcade. A lot of pointing going on. We'll wait for the men in the striped shirts. And the Saints recover.
It's going to be tough hanging on to the ball all day long. Dalton Hilliard will get it punched out as he stood up at the line of scrimmage here. Art Still is one of the guys in here, but Forcade gets this ball, and then he gets drilled by Bentley and really does a nice job of hanging on to the ball. Watch Bentley come in and zero in on him, and that ball is free for a second, but Forcade was aware of where it was and got the recovery.
Loss on the play, 2nd down and 14. Eric Martin in motion. Forcade flips it to Hilliard. Easily gets by one defender, and a big gain for Hilliard. He may go all the way. Touchdown Saints. 54 yards. And for Dalton Hilliard, that is his 16th touchdown of the year, an NFL leader.
Well, the key to any great running back is his balance, and Dalton Hilliard has better balance than most. Low center of gravity, and watch this one move here on Smith. He's done, and now it's just pure speed. Gets a great block from Eric Martin there on Kelso, and then Dalton Hilliard's in the end zone.
Now let's see what happens with the adventure of Morton Anderson. Is Dalton Hilliard with his 16th touchdown combined this year. Forcade will hold. They missed the first time around, but not this time, and Anderson's kick is good. And right now, the Bills, who need the win in the race against Miami and the rest in the AFC East, find themselves trailing the Saints 13-0. And a touchdown for Dalton Hilliard, 54 yards, pass, mostly run, and now with his 16th touchdown has taken the lead over Jerry Rice of the 49ers. You see Thurman Thomas of Buffalo 5 behind him, but Hilliard leads the league right now. Morton Anderson will be kicking off. Ronnie Harmon and Don Beebe ready to return the kick. It's a short kick, and it's picked up by Beebe. Trying to turn the corner, and he's not going to be able to do it. Robert Massey is there to make the tackle for the Saints. I think they went to the North Pole to practice for this game, New Orleans. They look like they're really acclimated to this weather.
Well, I tell you one thing is that their quarterback, John Forcade, is taking full advantage of his opportunity. He's thrown 3 passes, completed all 3, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns, and remember, he had 1 called back. Well, that's a hot hand on a cold day.
People in New Orleans will be saying, where's he been? Thurman Thomas gets decent yardage on first down from the 25. Atkins and Geathers on the tackle. So thus far in a game dominated by the weather, 2 Buffalo turnovers have resulted in 2 Saints touchdowns. Interception by Pat Swilling and a fumble recovery, and Forcade got the yardage. And 2 TD passes. Now let's see what Kelly does to respond. It'll be 2nd down and 6 on the Bills' 29. Thurman Thomas
carried again.
Close to first down yardage. James Geathers makes the tackle for New Orleans.
Again, it's 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Dallas and Philadelphia, no score in the first quarter. Minnesota in front of Atlanta 7-0. You know, they're tied with Green Bay for the lead in the NFC Central. Packers and Chiefs, no score. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Bills. Tight ends, Pete Metzelars, joined by Keith McKellar and Butch Rawls. Thurman Thomas hit. Let's see where they spot the ball. They inch closer to first down yardage, and it may depend on where they spot it.
We're going to have a new meaning for the word unpiling today.
That's right.
We have bodies and snow and everything.
We're going to have a measurement to see whether the Bills have the necessary yardage for the first down. You know, it's amazing that when they talk about a conservative and predictable offense where you have the leader in rushing, passing, and receiving. I guess they got to be throwing the ball sometime.
Well, and they must be doing something right. But Jim Kelly, his roots go all the way back to a very wide-open style of play at the University of Miami. And, of course, he had a fabulous career in the USFL. And they're going to come up just a little bit short here. So Kelly, he likes to throw the ball. A great arm. I'm not so sure he likes the way things are going, though, so far this afternoon.
He told us yesterday that if he doesn't get the play quick enough from the sidelines, he's going to audible into a pass, which is what he wants to do maybe on every down.
Spoken like a true quarterback. You can get anybody to hand the ball off.
You even did that once in a while.
Just when I was tired.
Bobby Morris goes back, and John Kidd will come in to punt. They're short of a first down by inches. It is very difficult to find the exact yard markers out here with the snow covering the field, and they have a clearing. Top priority would be the goal line and the sideline area. Here's John Kidd. He's a good bad weather kicker.
He better be.
That means he kicks a lot of end over end. Morris is going to let it go, and it's a good kick for the Bills, and it will die right around the 20-yard line. In fact, on the 20. 46-yard kick. Maybe. Everything is a maybe today with the snow on the field. We'll take a timeout. Dick Stockton and Dan Fouts reporting from Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Weather and the snow very much of a story here, as the Saints have taken advantage of 2 Buffalo turnovers to move in front of the division-leading Bills 13-0. These fans want something to cheer about, and they try to clear off the sidelines and the goal lines, I noticed, more than any other part of the field, Dan.
And the 4 players are out there trying to dig footholds for themselves in the middle of the field.
Forcade on 1st and 10 on the 20 will face a 4-man front. Dalton Hilliard, who has scored a touchdown, tries to break away from a Mark Pike, who had grabbed a hold of his jersey, and Darryl Talley made the tackle after a gain of 1.
They're the goal lines. This will make it easy for the replay officials. The trouble is for the players to get all the way down there where they get some good footing. As you can see, it's turning into a bit of a frozen pond.
2nd down and 9. Craig Hayward joins the backfield. Dalton Hilliard gets knocked back. I think his forward motion should be at about the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Saints. Mark Pike makes the tackle. Thus far, the Bills have used all 6 of their defensive linemen. They started with Stills, Smerlis, and Bruce Smith, but we have already seen Seals, Jeff Wright, and Mark Pike in the game.
And we also have seen that Craig Hayward is in the game, and I would expect to see him quite a bit today. He is a big fella. He's a fullback type. This is definitely fullback type of weather.
Shoulder pad leaking out of the jersey of Dalton Hilliard has been a busy man. 3rd down and 5. On a play fake, Forcade pass nearly intercepted by Kirby Jackson. And the pass was intended for Kobe Brenner, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Forcade gets lucky here because this should have been an intercepted pass. The fake to Hilliard's not going to bother anybody on 3rd and 7. This ball goes right through the hands of Kirby Jackson. Questionable whether Hayward would have made the catch because there are a couple other Bills on their way.
Tommy Barnhart will be kicking. Mickey Sutton.
They're 1 shy out there trying to get a guy on before this 45-second clock goes down.
They got him on in time. Barnhart's kick away from Sutton. And penalty markers are down, and Sutton is out of bounds back at the 30-yard line. That kick went 43 yards, but there's a penalty. And the referee, Dick Jorgensen, will explain it to us. Bills losing to Seattle Monday night. It was their first loss of the year when the defense gave up 20 or less points. Penalty will be against New Orleans. They'll be kicking this again.
Some type of illegal procedure. I would guess that the man did not report.
Formation, number 28 offense, played an ineligible position and did not report his change of position. The penalty is declined. First up.
They declined the penalty, and the Saints went back.
Why would they decline a 43-yard punt? Why wouldn't they make them kick it over? There's so many things that can go wrong today. We've already seen a bad snap on an extra point. Let's put some more pressure on the center of the Saints. Make him throw another strike back to the punter. The guy's got to catch the ball, and he's got to kick it. 43 yards is fantastic.
And Barnhart, or any kicker, could lose his footing, and it could be real disaster. So this is a gift for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, it really is. On a day like today, I think that's a big mistake on Marv Levy's part.
The Bills will begin from their 32-yard line as the skies begin to brighten just a bit. 13-0 with 2:29 remaining in the first quarter. The Saints lead. Thurman Thomas is wide out to the left. And on first down, Larry Kinnebrew, the bruising fullback, busted out beyond the 35-yard line, and the tackle is made by the free safety, Dave Waymer.
Kinnebrew should get the ball quite a bit this afternoon. With his heft, and as you can see, he's not doing a bad job for a guy that primarily is used in short yardage situations, almost a 4-yard average.
And that did not go unnoticed among the Saints linebackers. They were impressed with that figure. Second down and 4. On a delay, Thurman Thomas looking for room, and he may have enough for the first down beyond the 40-yard line. Tackle is made by Pat Swilling.
The biggest problem these backs and everybody really is going to have today is traction. Watch how Thomas starts off kind of like Walter Payton there, picking his feet up very gingerly and then seeing the hole and getting through it and getting close to the first down. Looked a little bit like Walter Payton there with that little hippity-hop step.
Well, Payton did that on dry turf most of the time.
Who are those guys?
Your friendly reporter. Undercover, but a little chilly nonetheless. On 3rd and 1, 3 tight ends in there for the Bills. Kinnebrew gets the call, and the Saints may have knocked him back. It'll all be on the spot. No, it is a first down at the forward progress.
Well, I think you called it right, Dick. The Saints gave Kinnebrew the first down. Watch how the linebackers come in here and then push Kinnebrew over the yardstick there, just enough for the first down. Swilling appears to be the guy that's going to give him a great assist here. Just enough.
Winding down to a minute remaining. Now Thomas lines up to the top of the picture. Running back as a receiver. Again, Kinnebrew. Up the middle, trying to move the pile, and he does to the tune of about 3 yards. That'll bring up second down, so they're moving Thomas away and letting Kinnebrew do it all himself, and having a defender having to watch Thurman Thomas outside as a receiver.
It's a very conservative attack so far, but under these conditions, it's a good idea. We've already seen an interception on a pretty good throw by Kelly. It bounced off the tight end's shoulder pad, so this kind of attack, giving the ball to Kinnebrew behind that offensive line, is a good idea.
Second down and 6. This may be the last play of the first quarter. Ball at the 46 of the Bills. Kelly's pass is complete to Pete Metzelaars, and the tight end gets into Saints territory for a 12-yard gain and a first down as the clock runs out in the first quarter. So the chilled fans here at Rich Stadium have something to cheer about for a change. And after the first quarter of play, it's the Saints 13, the Bills nothing.
The National Football League is sponsored by Honda, who invites you to test drive a new Accord. You have to drive it to believe it. Nikon, we take the world's greatest pictures. And by Miller Lite, America's favorite light beer, brings you the Miller Lite All-Stars Super Bowl.
To nothing, the New Orleans Saints lead the Buffalo Bills as we start the second quarter here in Rich Stadium. Crowd upwards of 70,000, but they did not sell out, mostly because New Orleans and many NFC teams are not a big draw up here, and the forecast wasn't that promising for the weather as well.
And my question for the guys running the tractors, why aren't they going down the middle of the field where the players are playing? There's a few wide receivers out there that are very, very grateful for the fact that they're clearing off 10 yards from the sidelines. But it has stopped snowing, so that's a good sign.
First down on the 42-yard line. The Bills start the second quarter, and they're going to try to go deep on the first play, and it's caught for a touchdown to James Lofton. 42 yards. That's the way to get the Bills back in the game.
Well, I think Kelly saw where the traction was good out on the flank, and he throws a perfect pass to Lofton. His second catch for a touchdown for the Bills. And I hate to say it, but the old fella taught the youngster a thing or two on this. Watch the concentration, looking it in all the way, cradling it with his body, and a safe slide in the end zone.
James Lofton, the veteran that came over from the Raiders, had been with the Packers, 33 years old, like a coach on the field, according to Jim Kelly. And now Scott Norwood, who has clicked on 118 conversions in a row, will try to cut the lead to 6. John Kidd will hold for him.
Some type of discussion down on the field, and I have no idea what it's about. Looked like a touchdown to me.
After review by replay, the play stands 6 points.
They were looking to see if his feet were in the end zone. Well, he's not even close to being touched by Cook or out of the end zone. Easy call for the 6.
Doesn't hurt to take another peek, though, Danny. Anyway, here's Norwood.
I just hate the delays.
You've got a lot of company. And the kick is blocked and missed off to the left. So we've already had 2 missed conversions, and Scott Norwood's string of 118 in a row goes by the boards. And the Saints lead is 13-6. Looked like Walter Johnson got a piece of it.
Here's number 90, Walter Johnson. Watch how he jumps the turnstiles here, gets in on Norwood, and blocks this one. Good determination, hit his right arm, and just deflected it wide.
Well, here's the NFC playoff summary. The Saints would be eliminated with a loss to the Bills, or if the Eagles win their game. San Francisco is in the best shape of all. Philadelphia with a tiebreaker over the Giants. Wild card, 9 teams are alive, and right now the Giants and the Rams lead at 9-4. We'll take a look at the AFC playoff situation. 642 possible scenarios.
And I want to hear them all from you.
All right, after the game, on the way to the airport. Here's the wild card story. Right now, the Cleveland Browns and the Raiders lead in the wild card race. Scott Norwood will be kicking off for the Buffalo Bills. Back deep, Ron Harris and Gene Atkins, Bobby Morse, 3 men back for the Saints. Harris is the man in the middle. Short kick, and it's going to be Morse at the 16. And Morse is down at about the 33-yard line by Matt Munger. So the Bills score 5 seconds into the second quarter on a 42-yard touchdown pass from Jim Kelly to James Lofton. They missed the extra point.
The very first play after they changed sides of the field, Kelly got the wind behind him, and he let rip with a perfect touchdown pass. Saints
start out on the 32-yard line. John Forcade with 2 touchdown passes already. Rolling out up the middle. The pass is caught by Eric Martin. And Martin carries a defender another 15, 20 yards inside the 35. Nate Odoms makes the stop and a 35-yard gain on a pass from Forcade to Martin.
And the Bills are in a zone defense here as Martin, number 84, comes down on the square in. Forcade has excellent protection again. Look at the hole in the defense. Sometimes you have to play conservatively when you have bad footing. The Bills went to the zone that time.
Martin, the leading receiver on the Saints. First down now on the 33 of Buffalo. Here's Dalton Hilliard going outside. And Hilliard will go out of bounds at the 29-yard line, pushed by Kirby Jackson and Leonard Smith in the Buffalo secondary.
Saints are playing outstanding football. You kind of wonder if they've got something against AFC teams because they have a 10-0 record last couple of years against the AFC. And Jim Mora, he talked about, he was a little defensive yesterday when we talked to him, but he said his team isn't going to quit. No time to panic. We're just trying to make some big plays. Big plays have gone against us all year long.
Second down and 6 and 5, that is, on the 29. Forcade dumps it off to Hilliard. Hilliard is driven back, will be short of a first down by about 3. Shane Conlon making the tackle.
Kirby Jackson and Shane Conlon made the stop.
And then one thing Jim Mora told us immediately yesterday, he says, you know, we may be 6 and 7, but that's not all that different than 8 and 5. That's a 2-game difference. And he says, I'm not going to let this thing get us down right now.
And those 2 games, if you go back just the last 2 weeks, that crushing loss to the Rams where they had a 14-point lead with 4 seconds to go really set up last week's loss to the line.
It'll be 3rd and 2, 3 tight ends for the Saints on the 26. Forcade, plenty of time, will run and get the first down and more, and is tackled inside the 15-yard line by Leonard Smith. But it'll be a Saints first down, and Forcade runs 13 yards and looks like a seasoned pro out there.
Well, this is really his element. He's played in the Canadian Football League. He's played in the USFL. He's played in the Arena League. He's even played flag football the last couple years. So this is an unstructured type of game today where anything can happen. Good athletic ability, running ability for Forcade here puts the Saints in excellent position.
Double tight end on first down on the 13. Wide receivers to the left. Dalton Hilliard hit at the line of scrimmage and wrestled down by Leon Seal. But where has John Forcade been? He's been in every league that's existed.
Well, he's been all league because he's played in all of them. But the arena football here was a chance for him to stay in shape and keep his hope alive of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. You got to give the man a lot of credit for battling through a lot of adversity. He's never been a number 1 quarterback. He's rarely been a number 2 quarterback. Right now, he's got the Saints moving.
He's 5 for 6. Came in having thrown only 17 passes all year. Second down and 10. He can run. He's got one man. That one man may get it. Passes, fires, tips, drops. Perriman might have been the man who had 2 chances to make a touchdown catch, and he couldn't do it.
I'm really impressed with the arm strength of Forcade. The coaches told us he had one, but they say that about almost any quarterback. But he put that ball right in Perriman's hands, and it appeared that Perriman had a chance to get the rebound. But watch how the offensive line protects Forcade just long enough, and now he spots Perriman on the goal line and lets rip. Ball bounced twice off of Perriman. But that is a tough blow. You got to wonder how many shots you can take like that outside the pocket.
3rd and 10. And Forcade will use up a timeout now as the clock ran down, had about a second left. So an alert move by John Forcade, who, by the way, is 29 years old, the same age as Bobby Hebert, who's sitting this one out. Saints lead and use up their first timeout. In a kind of a game that previous results and statistics and tendencies just throw them away because the weather conditions here have changed all of the strategies. John Forcade, after calling a timeout, has a 3rd down and 10 on the 13. Out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. And he's hit from behind by Bruce Smith. No gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's one thing that the Saints coach is worried about with Forcade is would he stay in the pocket. That was the first pass that he has been asked to throw from the pocket. He got out of it as quick as possible. It looked like it was almost a quarterback draw.
Morton Anderson on to try a field goal attempt. Unable to convert on the first touchdown, and then was successful on the second. This will be a 31-yard attempt with John Forcade holding. And the kick is good. And Morton Anderson with his 16th field goal of the season, but a penalty marker is down. And now Anderson gives a second look to the field. And apparently it is against the Bills.
There's no way Jim Mora will take these points off the board.
I wouldn't think.
Excellent snap from Hilgenberg.
Offside, number 76, defense, decline. 3 points.
Brett Smerlas was offsides, and so the field goal by Anderson gives Jim Mora and the New Orleans Saints a lead of 16-6. Saints with a field goal now lead the Bills 16-6, 10:42 remaining in the second quarter. Every time there's been a timeout, they have cleaned off more snow. It has stopped snowing for the last 20 minutes, and eventually, if the snow does not return, they'll clear off this field. Morton Anderson kicking off, Harmon and Beebe returning for the Bills, and this will be Don Beebe on the run, dives forward, might have lost the ball, but recovers it if he did, and gets up to the 38-yard line. Well, next Saturday on CBS Sports, the NFL Today begins at 12 o'clock noon, and then the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Giants. Then following that game, the season premiere of NCAA basketball, Joey Myers' DePaul Blue Demons against Dean Smith and the Tar Heels of North Carolina. That's at 3:45 Eastern. A big NFL football college basketball doubleheader next Saturday on CBS Sports. First down for the Bills on their 37. Jim Kelly looking to throw on first down, goes up top. It's incomplete. Keith McKellar, the tight end, was the intended receiver. McKellar had caught a pass and then lost it into the hands of Pat Swilling on the first series to allow the Saints to get the touchdown, and now they've called a penalty against New Orleans, defensive penalty, and that'll be a first down.
Holding, number 56, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
Speaking of Pat Swilling.
Yeah, and what happens is it's so difficult to keep your balance and your footing on this field that if the guy's starting to go by you, you reach out and grab him, and that's what Swilling was called for.
It'll be a first down on the Bills' 42. Buffalo trailing 16-6. Kinnebrew. Up the middle. First man to hit him was Sam Mills. But it takes a couple of Saints to bring him down.
This is why the Bills went out and got Larry Kinnebrew for this type of weather. Late in the season here at home, you need a big fullback to sometimes take control of the ball game.
Now, you played for San Diego, and, of course, you wanted Miami, had trouble in Cincinnati. Do you think teams that play in the cold weather sites have a big advantage late in the year and in postseason?
No doubt. They're so used to it, having practiced in it all week, that when they come out here on Sunday, it's no different than it was on Wednesday.
Second down and 5. Kelly. Andre Reed. And he's wrestled down, but not before he picks up a first down into Saint territory by Robert Massey, and Reed picks up 9 yards.
Well, you feel the excitement that the crowd receives when Reed gets the ball in the open field. He is one of the better receivers in the league at running with the ball after the catch. But this time the footing just doesn't give it to him, and Massey stays with him and makes the tackle. But this crowd is used to seeing Andre Reed break some big ones. 9 touchdowns on the year.
And the 68 catches are tops in the AFC. Bills moving the ball, first down on the Saints' 44-yard line. Kelly to go to the air again, and this time a fine catch by McKellar, and the tight end grabs it and is stopped inside the 30. And a gain that time of 16. The linebacker, Vaughn Johnson, made the stop.
This is really an outstanding catch by McKellar. Remember, it was the ball bouncing off his shoulder pad early in the first quarter that was intercepted by Swilling. This is an all-hands catch right up top there. The big gloves with the tackiness on them, and he gets the big first down for the Bills.
Buffalo switching in the tight ends. McKellar goes out. Pete Metzelaars replaces him. And it's a first down on the New Orleans 28-yard line with 8:20 to go in the first half. Kennebrew right up the middle is stopped at the 24-yard line, so he picks up 4 on that play.
It appears the Bills have 2 types of offensive game plans. One when they're going with the wind at their back, and obviously one when they're going against that wind. Kelly has opened it up quite a bit since they've changed ends here in the second quarter. And when he does give the ball, Thurman Thomas hasn't seen it a whole bit. It's just been all straight power up the middle with Larry Kennebrew.
It has started to snow again. And a blowing snow all over the field. Second down and 6. On the 24, Kelly and Reed did not hold on. That'll be an incompleted pass. He was covered and hit by Brett Maxey, one of the nickelbacks for the Saints. Kelly had completed 5 in a row before that incompletion.
And that was excellent coverage by the Saints defensive backs there. Kelly had a lot of time to throw. Finally found his favorite receiver, but Brett Maxey was all over and popped that ball loose.
Third down and 6. Jim Kelly has thrown a touchdown pass in every game this season. And the pass bounces in front of the intended receiver, Flip Johnson, out of McNeese State in Louisiana, and that'll bring up 4th down. Scott Norwood will come in to try a field goal. Keep in mind the wind is at his back. Norwood will kick. Kidd will hold for him.
And what they're doing is they're clearing off a place for his plant foot, his left foot, so that it does not slip out from under him, so that he can drive through with enough leverage to get the ball to the goalpost.
This will be a 42-yard attempt. His longest has been 47 this year. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. It's a good kick. 42 yards. Helped by the wind. And Jim Mora and the Saints have seen their lead now cut to 16-9.
Well, this was really stretching the limits of Norwood here. Perfect snap from Lingner. Perfect hold from his punter. And this is a shot on goal.
He shot and he scored.
Nothing to it. Yeah. These people aren't right here in Buffalo. We've seen the parasols in New Orleans.
And there are others that just want to sit and try to stay warm. We're at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, a suburb of Buffalo, as the Bills trying to win a game and hope that Miami loses tonight against New England. If that combination occurs, the Bills will win their division title. Dick Stockton and Dan Fouts here. But right now the Saints lead at 16-9. They have led all the way in this game, and we have 7.5 minutes to go in the first half.
And aside from the 2 turnovers in the first quarter that the Bills gave the Saints, this has been a well-played football game. Quarterbacks throwing well, receivers making catches, and the kickers putting the ball through the uprights.
7 plays, 39 yards. Norwood's 42-yard field goal. So each field goal kicker has connected, and each one has missed a conversion. Not entirely because of their fault. Rod Harris is in the middle. There are 3 men back for the Saints. Bobby Morse is on the right. It'll be Harris at the 5. And Harris with a return out past the 25-yard line. Carlton Bailey making the tackle for Buffalo. So the Saints working against the wind with 7:19 to go in the first half. The Eagles up ahead of Dallas, 14-0. Minnesota leading Atlanta. Vikings tied with the Packers for the lead in the NFC Central, but the Packers trail Kansas City 7-0. Chicago, they're really mired in a big slump. 1st and 10 on the 26. Slipping back there is Hilliard, and a loss of about 5. Bruce Smith made the easy tag for Buffalo.
Well, it's about as easy a tackle as Bruce Smith will ever get credit for, as Dalton Hilliard is just right on the ground waiting for him. Nothing to it.
It'll be 2nd and 15. Bills normally use a 3-man front, but because of the conditions, have gone with 4 men up front throughout this game. 2nd down and 15. Forcade will get sacked. Back near his 10 by Bruce Smith. Nine and a half for Smith.
Yeah, and this is about as easy as he'll get one, as this is a big mismatch for the Saints. Kevin Haverdink, a rookie working against an all-pro here. One push, and he's gone right on Forcade. Don't look for the Saints to have Forcade in the pocket with Haverdink blocking Smith one-on-one.
Loss of 8 yards will bring up 3rd and 23 for the Saints. Ball is on their 14. High snap bobbled by Forcade. He's in trouble. Fires it downfield to Perriman. And Perriman makes the catch as he wrestles it away from Mark Kelso and makes the play for a 41-yard gain for the New Orleans Saints on a big play for New Orleans.
You know, the Saints have seen other teams do this to their secondary all year long, especially in the last couple of weeks. Watch Forcade. He wants to run this ball at first. Now he looks up and sees Perriman way down the field, and you got to have a little luck in this game and a little bit of talent. Perriman appears to just rip the ball away from Kelso, and Forcade takes another shot. This one from Timmy Cofield.
Perriman with 2 big catches today. And now they're going to call another timeout, the second one. But Forcade has completed 6 of 8 passes, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns already in this first half in this weather.
And his strength really is this type of game. He's a freelance type of guy that doesn't have a whole lot of discipline that a quarterback like Hebert has. But what he can do is make something happen. That's Carl Smith, the offensive coordinator there, talking to him. And Carl, when I asked him earlier in the week his thoughts about starting Forcade, he says, well, it's really a long shot, but we're not afraid of John Forcade. We're not afraid of his abilities. He's got the ability to throw the ball well on the run. He's shown that so far today.
Told us he didn't get much sleep. He's been looking at the film, which he normally likes to do anyway, getting to bed at 2, 3 in the morning, a lot of hours looking at film.
A lot of catch-up time there. Not a whole lot of film study for the backup quarterback, but he has done his homework very well this week.
41-yard gain, and the Saints, using their second timeout, have a first down on the 45 of Buffalo.
They're waiting for the tractor to get off the field down here in the end zone.
That might have been Forcade's pattern.
Actually, we got 2 tractors. This is a tractor prevent.
Go to the tractor, cut around behind, and I'll loft it over the big car.
I always wanted to come to Buffalo in December to see a tractor pull.
You're seeing it.
And they won't come off the field.
He probably said, I have a job to do, and I was told to clear off the end zone, and I'm going to clear it off.
Yeah, I went to Buffalo to a tractor pull, and there was a football game right in the middle of it. Ruined the whole day. He must be getting paid by the sweep.
And he'll be back. First and 10 on the 45. Martin, the one receiver, to the top of your picture. Hilliard picks his spot and still going. And Hilliard has run out of bounds. Came close to getting first down yardage. Leonard Smith, the former Cardinal, made the play out of bounds.
One real good battle today is down in the pit between number 67, Stan Brock of the Saints, and 72, Art Still. Watch Still get through here and almost make the tackle in the backfield, as he is now working down inside against Trapillo. And sometimes you get unlucky. You get through clean, and the guy like Dalton Hilliard goes right by you.
Still with his first NFL interception, a 12-year veteran against Seattle last week. Second down and 2, the ball at the 37. 3 tight ends for the Saints. They go up the middle to Hilliard. And it's all in the forward progress. He appears to have made the necessary yardage just inside the 35. Art Still and Ray Bentley were there to try to stop it. And it is a first down for the Saints. 4:15 remaining in the first half. 16-9. Saints lead the Bills, who have a one-game lead over Miami. And, of course, even if Miami were to win, if Buffalo wins this game, they will eliminate both the Patriots and the Colts from their division title hope.
That's one of those 642 scenarios, huh?
Just gave you one. Play fake, Forcade. Finds Hilliard. And Hilliard did a great job just holding onto the ball when he was hit by Darryl Talley.
We'll see a lot of zone defense from both teams today. Talley is number 56 here. Watch as the linebackers just drop back after they see the fake. And now they're going to be in their responsibilities. Talley's responsibility is the throwback to the halfback. And, boy, he just creams Hilliard. How did Hilliard stay on his feet?
They lost a yard or so on the play. We call it second down and 12. Loss of 2. Back to the 36-yard line. Forcade's pass is caught on a slant in by Eric Martin. Inside the 20 and a gain of 17 yards and a Saints first down. Cornerback Kirby Jackson makes the tackle.
This is Eric Martin, number 84, on the slant pattern as Tice runs the quick out. And the linebackers aren't out there quick enough to give Kirby Jackson any help. But again, a fine throw from John Forcade.
Keep in mind, the ball on the 19-yard line. Forcade with almost a Hail Mary throw and a great catch by Parabin to get him out of deep trouble. On first down on the 19, Hilliard will go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Kirby Jackson chased him.
You know, the big play has haunted the Saints all year long, especially the big pass play. Well, already today, you just mentioned that 41-yarder to Perryman, but let's go back to the 54-yard catch and run for Dalton Hilliard. So what Forcade has given this ball club is the big play, something that they have lacked all year long.
Second down and 8. That's Martin in motion. Pressure. Getting rid of it in a hurry. An alert play by John Forcade. And storming in was Shane Conlon. But Forcade showed good presence of mind, and shaken up right now is Hobie Brenner, the Saints tight end.
Well, Hobie Brenner, this could really, this looks like it's a shoulder, but Forcade was mad that Shane Conlon dusted him off a little bit too hard after he got rid of the ball as he came on the blitz.
2:23 remaining in the first half. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Brenner will come out of the game. There's Greg Scales, who joins John Tice with a double tight end alignment for the Saints. Big pitch, and Forcade goes down, and that's that man, Shane Conlon, again with a sack. 2nd of the game for Buffalo.
Well, he almost got to him on the play before when Forcade dumped the ball. This time, number 58, Shane Conlon, comes on the blitz again. And this is an outstanding tackle as Forcade tries to pull a little magic out of there and get away, but Conlon had him wrapped up.
It is 4th down. Saints are in Bills country, but they lead it 16-9. We're going to wind down to the 2-minute warning before Morton Anderson tries the field goal attempt. So a chance to think it over and a timeout with 2 minutes to go in the first half here in Buffalo.
Each week, extra strength Thomas EX presents their neutralizer of the game.
That's the wind. 15 to 25 miles an hour, and a 41-yard attempt into the wind by Anderson. Wonder if the Bills are thinking there might be a fake attempt by the Saints. Holding is Forcade, the quarterback. It is no fake. The kick is woefully short, and it's no good. Didn't have much of a chance, did it? Now they make sure they go over to the ball to make sure it can't be run back.
Well, this ball had to seem like it had to be an 80-yarder for Morton Anderson. Just no way. Kicking right into the teeth of the wind. But Jim Mora had to go for it. I mean, you can't send your punter out there and have them punt the ball 10 yards to pin them down in the deep in their own end. Good try from Anderson there, but that's just an impossible shot.
Ball never did get into the end zone, and of course the Saints had to make sure the Bills wouldn't try to anything funny and try to bring it back. So it's 1st and 10 at the 24 for Buffalo. Jim Kelly working out of the shotgun with 1:55 to go in the first half. Flips it out to Thurman Thomas, and Thomas picks up close to 1st down yardage. Vaughn Johnson way back, the linebacker making the stop. Hurry up offense for Buffalo.
Well, the Bills have 3 timeouts, and this is a situation that has really been troublesome for the Saints defending against the pass in these must-pass situations.
Playing the prevent defense of the Saints. Kelly going underneath, completes it again to Thomas. He's got another 1st down. The ball caught at the 43, and now the Bills will use one of their 3 timeouts remaining. We'll take a break. 1:20 to go in the first half. 16-9 the score.
Some people see shaving as something you do for 3 minutes a day. At Braun, we see it as something you do for a lifetime. And we think you should make the best of it. The Braun Shaver, with its 3 shaving positions. Designed for those who choose to make a virtue out of necessity. Braun, the world's #1 selling foil shaver.
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a Great American champagne to launch the Great American Clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
Hit it, boys!
1st and 10 following a timeout. Jim Kelly's pass in and out of the hands of Flip Johnson. 1:16 showing on the clock. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Robert Massey, the rookie cornerback who has been tested early and often this season and has 5 interceptions, was defending. Kelly with a pump fake. And the only man he could go to was Flip Johnson again, out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:09 showing. And they are about 4 yards away from 1st down yardage and haven't reached midfield yet. They're at the 48-yard line, their own 48.
And Kelly's going right to the line of scrimmage, although we have the clock stopped. Why not go back to the huddle?
Kelly dumps it off this time to Ronnie Harmon. Harmon will have the first down. Out of bounds into New Orleans territory. Knocked there by Gene Atkins, a gain of 10, and it stops the clock.
Now, this is a situation that all quarterbacks love because, number one, they get to call all the plays. They don't have to wait for any signals, and maybe that's what Kelly's doing. He's just getting at the line of scrimmage and audibling.
First down on the Saints 43. Was trying to hold on to the ball, runs for it, and is down at the 24 by Frank Warren, and now Buffalo will use up another timeout. They have one left, 52 seconds to go, and the Bills making the most of this last couple of minutes.
Second and 2.
Hit it, boys.
Isn't there someone you know who could use a skill twist this Christmas? The Skill Twist. The practical gift for practically anybody. Individuals performing together. Listening, arranging, building. At Northwest, our performance is helping you do business. Getting you wherever you need to go on time. Creating new ways to make things work for you. Because our job is helping you do yours.
52 seconds to go in the first half. The Bills have the ball on the 34-yard line of the Saints. Second down and 2. 3 wide receivers for Jim Kelly. Going deep, open. Thomas, incomplete. Thurman Thomas has the ball jarred away. Dave Waymer was back there, along with Gene Atkins. But he was open for a while.
Yeah, a really well-designed play as Thomas is well behind Atkins. Outstanding job from Dave Waymer coming over and stripping that ball away just in time. Old pro Dave Waymer.
Moved to safety from cornerback this year. He's used to this kind of weather, having played it at Notre Dame. On third down and 2, Kelly to Ronnie Harmon. And he's hit by Waymer defending again, and that'll bring up fourth down. So the Bills' attack just fizzled now, and Kelly looks to the sidelines to see whether they want to go for it on fourth down.
And if you do, what kind of play are you going to call? Quarterbacks don't like to call these plays. If they were to go for a field goal, it would be about a 51-yarder. And even with the wind at Norwood's back, that would be pressing his limit.
41 seconds remain in the first half. Fourth down and 2. The ball was at the Saints 34. Fourth down. Up the middle, the pass is caught. Andre Reed apparently has the first down. Brett Maxey defending. It is a first down. 33 seconds remaining, and Buffalo will use up its last timeout of this first half. Harv Levy would like one more shot at the scoreboard before the end of this half, trailing 16-9.
And he's also pleading to see if he can get one of those extra timeouts that those officials, that the Houston Oilers got last week against the Steelers. But no dice here today. He's going to have to earn this one. Good job of Jim Kelly moving that offense down the field as he used a lot of audibles there. He almost knew, speaking of predictability, that on that 4th and 2, where he was going to go with that ball. He's going to go to his #1 guy, Andre Reed.
Well, you wonder if he's going to go back to him, because with 33 seconds to go, he's on the 31-yard line, and they still could try a field goal. They're going to have to stop the clock some way, though, before they would try a field goal. So do you go for the money now or what?
I'm almost wondering if they could run that play to Thurman Thomas again. He was so wide open. That would not be a bad call to come back to.
First and 10 on the 31. Kelly, nowhere to go, fires over the head of Thurman Thomas. The receivers were covered, or at least not moving, and now 25 seconds remain.
Well, Kelly really got away with one here. That ball should have been picked off by Troy Cook, but it just kind of sailed over his head and on and beyond the outreached grasp of Thurman Thomas. Kelly was hit as he got rid of it.
11th play of the drive coming up. Second down and 10. Dan Kelly having trouble finding a receiver. This was intended for Reed, but also Flip Johnson was in the neighborhood. It'll go incomplete in third down, coming up with 19 seconds left.
And the problem here now is that if Kelly were to throw a pass where the receiver can't get out of bounds, will they have enough time to get up to the line of scrimmage and kick a field goal, or get up to the line of scrimmage and throw the ball away to stop the clock? The other problem is if he doesn't get enough yardage for the first down here, they're going to have to go for the field goal. So can you get them on fast enough?
James Lawson is in the game. He caught the touchdown pass earlier. 3 wide receivers. Kelly on third down going for Andre Reed. Incomplete. Defended on the play by Milton Mack. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Bills have had their chances here in the waning seconds.
Well, and Kelly ran off 12 plays in about a minute and a half, and that's outstanding for a 2-minute offense.
So Norwood will try a long field goal attempt, but he's going to have the wind at his back. This will be a 48-yarder, which would be his longest this season.
Well, if I were the punter there, John Kidd, I'd bring a broom out with me to put some bristles under my shoe.
And bring out the truck again. The kick is good. The line drive kick just makes it over the crossbar. And Scott Norwood with a 48-yard field goal, his longest of the year, brings the Bills to within 4 points. 16-12. The Saints still lead.
A lot of wind behind this kick, but that's perfect form, and there's a bullseye on the tractor. Almost came back through.
Second field goal of the game for Scott Norwood. Both have been long attempts, 42 and now 48 yards.
And he's over the 100-point mark on the year.
8 seconds remain in the first half. The Bills have never led in this game as the Saints scored 2 early touchdowns, taking advantage of 2 Buffalo turnovers and led 13-0.
How do you figure that the kickers can kick so well in conditions like this? Tremendous concentration. And, of course, when you're going with the wind, it makes you that much more confident.
Talked about Jim Kelly and how many plays. He got 13 plays off in 1 minute and 48 seconds and came away with 3. Here's Norwood getting set to kick off, doing some house cleaning. Back deep for the Saints. Rod Harris, Gene Atkins, and Bobby Morse. Harris is in the center.
Well, this field has held up very well today. The traction appears to be improving as the snow has stopped.
Saints have won 10 in a row against AFC opponents. That's the longest string by any NFC club against non-conference opponents.
I always wonder about kickers that wear 2 different brands of shoes. You see the Nike and the Adidas here. Does that mean he has 2 different endorsement contracts?
I don't know, but we got a couple of plugs in there here in the first half. White Drain was holding for Norwood. Morse returning the kick. And no time remains, and so even if Morse had fumbled, it's not going to do the Bills any good as the first half has come to a conclusion. So an unusual first half, as you might expect because of the weather, a lot of missed kicks. But it's Saints 16, Bills 12 at halftime.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics toyland. Ball State for home by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?